Okay, this is a video on the 2019 question 1, the melody question. So we're going to start it now and we're going to go through it. So the first thing I do when I get my question is I write out the structure of how my melody is going to lay out, or how I'm going to lay it out. So we always finish with a perfect cadence 5-1. Okay, that's never going to change. 5-1. So using notes from chord 5 here in the second last bar and using notes from chord 1. Here in the second last phrase, we always finish with an imperfect cadence. Now, an imperfect cadence is any chord going to 5, but I'm going to use 1 in this case, or we'll see how we're going. We might just write any, actually. Oh, sorry. So we'll write any chord going to 5, so we'll see how it works out. And here, though, we will be using chord 5-1 in the new key. Now, the new key is always going to be the dominant of the old key, of the original key. So dominant just means 5. So count up 5 from your original key. So for example, if you're in C major, counting up 5 from C, C, D, E, F, G, our new key is G major. Also, I'm choosing the violin for this piece of music. It was an option to tick in 2019. And just be aware that your lowest note is a low G. So this is the lowest note that you can write in. So 2 ledger lines, and just the space below the 2 ledger lines is the lowest note on the violin. You can't go any lower than that. Okay, now the last thing we have to look at before we start is our key signature. Here we have 4 flats. So if we have 4 flats, you have learned off, you're in the key of A flat major, or there's a trick, you go to your second last flat and that tells you the key. So our second last flat is on the A space, so the key is A flat major. Now we just need to confirm that it is in a major key. So looking along here, there's no naturals or flats or accidentals, and we need to check bar 1. Is bar 1 made up of chord 1 of A flat? So the notes of chord 1 are A, C, E. I'll just show you in our chord box. We'll drag that up here. So A flat, C and E, are those the 3 notes in bar 1? A, E, A, C, E. That's definitely chord 1. So if any of those notes are in bar 1, that helps you to confirm that you've chosen the correct key, or identified the correct key. So that's great. We've all that done. And I just noticed one other thing. You have to find out where bar 1 starts. Now, I've told you it starts here, but why didn't I choose these 2 notes? These 2 notes don't make up 4 beats. They're called an upbeat. So you need to highlight this if this comes up in your melody. So with a highlighter, highlight it that this has an upbeat. So what that means is we need to take this into account at the end, because they are robbed from here. So these 2 quavers that were here are robbed and brought up here. So we need to make note of that. It means we have to minus 2 quavers from ours. So here I'm going to highlight this bar as well. And at the end, I'm going to be doing only 3 beats in the bar, because that's our 4th beat there. Okay, so we've taken note of that. So you will be highlighting that in your piece of music, or you'll be highlighting it. That's perfect. Okay, so let's get started. Sorry, these 2 notes weren't done for us. The melody only went as far as here. They finished with a crotchet, and I put in these 2 notes, and you'll notice I just copied the same upbeat that was given. I did the exact same notes and exact same rhythm, and you can do that too. Okay, right, now bar 5 and 6, I'm going to do something similar to what they've given us. So first of all, I need to check what chords they use. So I'm going to look at my chord box. Oh yes, you have to draw out your chord box as well. You have to have a chord box for your melody question. So I've drawn mine out in advance. The notes are A, E, A, C and E. So that's chord 1. So I'm using chord 1 here, definitely. So write chord 1 there. So we'll write it in now. Chord 1 here. And they don't change chords, it stays the same chord. If it was in a different time signature like 6/8, it might change chords, so be aware of that. But we're in 4/4. Now for this one, we have the notes D, C. So we're looking for D, C, B, E, and G. So what I notice about this one, it has notes from chord 5, but it also has the 7th note on top here. So they have the note D, you know, your 5/7. So this chord is definitely 5/7. So we're going to write in 5/7 here. So chord 1 first of all, and chord 5/7. So they're the notes that we're going to use. Now remember, you want to keep it similar to what's given. So this part is just a development, a very small development of what's given. So I'm going to start off in a similar fashion to them. I'm going to use the same first 3 notes that they use, because I like the quaver crotchet movement. So we have to keep that there as well. And look, they used quaver, crotchet, quaver, crotchet, crotchet. So I'm keeping that in mind. So I'm going to start with the A that they have, and that's also a note of chord 1, which is important. So A quaver. Now I'm just looking for my toolbox. Where is it?